Hey, it's been quite a while since I've flown a drone out at Lucky Peak Reservoir. I think we should today. Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. I have the DJI Mini 4 Pro with me, and I'm out here at Lucky Peak Reservoir. It's been quite a while since I've flown here. I've got both the Air 3S with me and this drone. I thought about the Air 3S and I thought, you know what? This will be a good one for the Mini 4 Pro. So let's put this drone up in the air. Let's look around. You're going to see how full the reservoir is. It's early March, so I think they're still filling the reservoirs. I was kind of surprised that they're not spilling more water yet because we had quite a bit of snowpack. But in any case, let's just quit talking about it. Let's put the drone in the air and we'll show it to you. Let's quit messing around. Let's put this bird in the air. Okie dokie, I've got a screen recorder started and I see I'm at 76% battery. I charged these batteries, I don't know, it might have even been a week ago, so that's why that battery is depleted just a little bit. But let's take a look at our safety menu. We're in bypass mode, normal, radar map is on, optimal return to home. 30-meter return to home height is plenty where we're at here. Well, you know what? I'm going to change my mind there, because if we got behind something, I'm going to crank that baby right up. There are some little peninsulas and stuff sticking out in the water. I wouldn't want to get behind one of those and, have the drone not be able to get over the top and come back. So in any case, max altitude, 120 meters. That's actually a little bit below max legal. Not asking for any calibrations. Battery is good, and yeah, I guess no reason not to take off. We're going to shoot. I'm going to change it to 60 frames per second. We're in the big leagues now. We're going to shoot in 60 frames per second, and let's start recording. And yeah, no reason not to take off. Let's just hit that button on the on the app. I was going to say, yeah. Stumbling over my own words. Okay, on the app. Here we go.
Home point updated.
And let's go up the 7 meters that DJI says in the manual to get that precision landing. We're not quite 7 meters. We'll go a little bit higher. And let's drop it back down here. I want you to do that before you move off. Okay, we're kind of looking into the sun here, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and do our droney. Reversing up now, reverse and up. And we don't need to go up very far. And wow, it went right back into, looking at my screen here, it went right back into go fly. So I stopped that prematurely. Let's do that droney again. That was weird. That screen has done it to me a couple times here. It went back to the main screen for some reason. Maybe I missed something there. Maybe I should have looked a little closer at it. I'll see when I get home and look at the screen recording. So anyway, let's do this again. Reversing up now. There we go. And you don't need to go up very high because we're right over the reservoir, so we're going to get a good look. Let's just run this baby back a ways. I always just love this shot. I just think it's a nice, dramatic shot and really shows the reservoir. The water is pretty darn green here, too. I don't know what that's about, but I'm quite sure they're definitely raising the levels. So yeah, let's stop right there. Okay, do we have some boats in the water here? Let's take a look. I don't know if that's a fisherman or what down there, but we can fly over the top and take a look. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm betting that that's a guy fishing. And we're not going to go right over the top of him, but we can actually drop down a little bit and kind of look around here. Somewhat, without bothering anybody. He's trolling at a fairly slow speed. But in the meantime, off in the distance there, I definitely want to show you that. They've been doing some work on the ramp here, the boat ramp, I was trying to say. And typically it has docks floating off of it, but it's the ramp where you drop your boat in. So let's head that direction. In fact, let's throw it in sport mode. Let's get there. Remember, obstacle avoidance is off in sport mode, and we'll give you a good look. Let you see what's going on. I'm sure they're still working on it. I think that's, as we get closer, we'll be able to look at the construction there and see what they're doing. It was a narrow little concrete pad, and yeah, it looks like somebody's dropping a boat in right now. Yeah, they sure are. Yeah, that gives us a better, oh no, they're pulling their boat out. Oh, and those are guys that are lined up waiting. Well, so they must just be parked there. So I assume they're probably out on the lake. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? So maybe the construction is all done, and I got to be careful here that I don't run the drone sideways into the side of the mountain here. But yeah, I saw something parked there on the something on the side, and I assumed it was construction equipment, but clearly it's not. It's people's boats and their trailers. But this is definitely way, way wider than it used to be. It was just a thin strip of concrete. So that might, I don't know, what is that, just so they setting it up so that, I mean, are those regular parking spots? Because previously, once you dropped your boat in, you had to park up here. You know, they got trailer parking spots right here, and that's where you would park your vehicle and your trailer. So I'll be darned, I don't know. But anyway, as you can see, it is still, nothing is very green yet, right? It's early March, and so there really aren't a lot of leaves out. Nothing has really come up yet. But it still has its own beauty, I think. Yeah, and we're going through the battery here because I didn't start with a full battery. Oh gosh, sometimes I have trouble talking. So, you know, I live narrate these videos, and so often I'm talking and flying at the same time. So I kind of stumble around a little bit. I hope you can appreciate that. Dropping the camera down here just a little bit so you can see the dam. Now, obviously, we're not going to go over the dam. That is critical infrastructure and a no-fly zone. And I will say this whole area, you've probably heard me talk about this in other videos, but this whole area is managed by the Army Corps of Engineers. And, you know, it's kind of up to them whether you can take off on their property. But they allow us to fly our drones. And all that they ask, they're so reasonable. I get a permit, and I renew it annually, and it's free. It's just basically I email them some information. But the way they explained it to me, they said, listen, you don't need to ask us permission to fly, but we just want to know if you're flying so that we know if there's drones in the area. I think that's very reasonable anyway. So I always just send them an email and say, hey, I'm going to be flying this day at such and such a time. So it works out quite well. So we got this little offshoot, and there is a name for this creek, and I always forget it. But if you've watched my videos before, you've seen this, and they have little campsites along the way, and what you're seeing there is a little swimming platform Let's drop some altitude here. And if you look off to the side, yeah, you can see there is a little boat dock there. And there's a little picnic shelter. And you can actually camp there. People camp all over this reservoir. And yeah, pretty darn cool. Got some trees, so like, in the summertime, you'd hook up to that with your boat, and you could pitch a tent there if you wanted to camp there or camp on your boat. And you got a place there, and typically there's a little fire pit, so you can do some barbecuing, etc. And with their leaves on those trees, that'd be a pretty there'd be some shade there. I guess that's what I was trying to say. And you can see how much higher the reservoir can go here, because look here's another one. Here's another boat dock, and it is definitely high and dry. But when they fill up the reservoir, it'll be full. And again, you see another little shelter there, and you can tie up there with your boat, have some shade, have a nice picnic, have a little barbecue. Let's see, are we high enough to get over this? Are we high enough? We're only 20 meters higher than our takeoff point. But yeah, I suspect I'm going to have to raise some altitude. Yeah, maybe not. We also got to remember we got some power lines there on the other side. So now we're not going to have to raise any altitude, are we? We made it. Just leaving it at 20 meters higher than our takeoff point. And let's see, it is on this little screen. It is hard to see power lines, so discretion is the better part of valor. I'm going to get up high. And let's see, we don't have a lot of battery left. Yeah, we've burned up a bunch of battery. Let's see if we can make it across to the other side here and show you this. And then we'll have to do a return to home and bring this guy home. But before we do that, let's give you a look down reservoir here. Or I guess, yeah, would this be down reservoir or up reservoir? I don't know. Anyway, upriver. Yeah, so this would be up reservoir. Just give you a look. And then we'll keep going kind of sideways here. And give you a look at this this camping spot on the other side. I'm grabbing some altitude, and look at those trees. And I'm sure that they planted those, right? But you got that dock there. That has got to be one of the most deluxe camping spots in the whole area. So let's put it into normal mode, and I'm going to drop the camera down, and we're going to kind of do a little orbit. And before you know it, we're going to be into return to home. So I'm sure this guy will throw itself into return to home here pretty quick. And I'm grabbing altitude just to be on the safe side. But those trees are nice and green, aren't they? Yeah, a lot of evergreens there. And yeah, let's see if we can let's drop the camera down and go over the top.
Battery level is low.
Yeah, it's telling me
Aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds.
10 seconds and it's coming home. But anyway, there you can see this. Yeah, here it comes. So it's on its way back. So we're going to let it. I'm going to drop the camera down just a tad. And yeah, let's just let this guy return to home. The reservoir is sure glassy today, isn't it? Not a lot of wind. Really pleasant day today. It's, we had a very cold February, cold and snow and rain and so forth. So it's fun to be able to get out and get a little sunshine and not have to wear a jacket. Feels good. So yeah, on the way back here, look, I like that reflection of the vista point here on the reservoir. This is just such a cool place to launch a drone from. Drone's coming back, you can tell there's not much wind. It's coming back at about 11 meters per second. And I'm pretty sure top speed in normal mode is 12 meters per second, so it's doing pretty good. We do have a little bit of wind today, but look at this, we got plenty of satellites, 26 satellites, so we're doing good. I know there were some people talking about there was some KP issues, but doesn't seem to affect modern drones too much. They seem to be pretty robust in my experience. So I guess, let's see, I've had the screen recorder going for almost 16 minutes, so, and I spent a lot of time at full throttle, and we were at about 3/4 battery, and we're gonna get home with roughly 20%, well, now a little less, 19% now. So let's see if we get a precision landing. I'm gonna fire up the action camera here and see if we can get that on camera. Starting up that action camera now, it's rolling. The drone is just coming over the top of it. It's so cool to watch that drone come up. And it should drop its camera down here. And it is landing. Let's see, it's quite a ways off now, but let's see if it adjusts. Yeah, look at that. It's making a quick adjustment. Yeah, it's gonna hit the pad. Did you see that adjustment? That was pretty cool. And it's gonna hit the pad. I love that. Yeah, and it's getting, I'm right next to my pickup, so it sees that, but it's right on the H, just a little bit to the side of the H. That's pretty cool. Hey, okay, the little DJI Mini 4 Pro. I thought it did a great job. We didn't quite have a full battery, so we didn't fly as long as maybe I would have liked. But I think we got to see a lot of the reservoir here. Mainly, we got to take a look at the new boat ramp over there. I was interested to see that. They definitely made it a lot bigger, and it was interesting how they changed that parking. So looked like there's a few boats out on the reservoir today, and we actually did a little orbit around one of them. And yeah, you just got to see the state of the reservoir. The Mini 4 Pro, it's just such a tremendous drone. We're hearing rumors now about a Mini 5 Pro. Maybe, maybe not. I'll tell you what, I still enjoy this guy. I was flying the Air 3S earlier today and then flying this drone. And when you're on the sticks, it's almost hard to tell the difference. Yeah, the Air 3S has more power, etc. However, nothing wrong with this little guy. It gets around really well and takes fantastic video. So anyway, enough jibber jabber. That's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate that you took the time to look at this video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.